Good evening. Thank you for tuning in to Hindsight Media Radio 103.5 FM, where there's always something good to talk about. Joining me this evening is someone very special, a bright young lady who's doing some remarkable things in her community and in the world in general. So I have Cenae Maclloyd, who is pursuing her Bachelor's of Science in Kinesiology at the Michigan State University. She currently holds an executive board position with the Multicultural Undergraduate Kinesiology Association and works for the Neighborhood Student Success Center at Michigan State University. This past spring, Cenae served as an undergraduate research assistant, contributing to research focused on enhancing the Black collegiate student experience. She is passionate about connecting students to vital resources that support their success while also focusing on her own personal and professional development. Cenae, welcome to Hindsight.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. So let's just get right into it. In brief, can you chat a little bit about what piqued your interest in selecting Michigan State University as the university of your choice and having kinesiology as your major?
Yes, so just want to say thank you again for having me. This is such a great so what made me choose Michigan State University is because I always knew I wanted to stay closer to home when going to undergraduate school. So, and also they also have a great kinesiology program. So I was like, Michigan State is the choice for me. And the reason I chose kinesiology as my major is because it combined my passion for helping people and my love of sports. I'm a sports girl at heart, so I love playing sports. I also love just the family like bond sports give you. So that's why I chose kinesiology.
I love that. I love that. Now, we know that education in the US can be very taxing financially. However, having some additional funding to offset that cost or to fully fund that cost can often be great. You were the recent recipient of the Abwhe Scholarship. And for the listeners who do, in short, it's Association of Black Women in Higher Education. And it's such an honor for us to all be a part of that and get that education and to see ourselves in such a higher light. So for you, Cenae, what was it like?
To receive the scholarship first, I was so grateful and appreciative because it made me feel like supported by other Black women in the same position that I want to get into. Since I'm a first generation college student, nobody in my family has ever graduated from a university. So just to receive that support from other women that look like me just meant the world to me.
Wow, and that's amazing. So congratulations to you and by setting that path. And we know that you're setting that tone for those of your age and that's coming up generation wise to do the same. So kudos for setting that with your family.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Now, tell us, what are your future plans after graduation, your career focus, and utilizing your major in kinesiology?
So upon graduating, I want to go to grad school. Just not sure yet which grad school or which program, but I know that in the future I want to be an athletic trainer or a physical therapist for a professional sports team and more focused on women's sports because I feel like women's sports is on the up and coming now. It's a huge trending topic, but it wasn't always that way. So I just want to take how men's sports is so heavily surrounded by. I want to take that and equalize it to women's sports as well.
I love that. Now, let's pivot a little bit back to Abwhe, being the recipient of this. I know it meant so much to you. What do you know about Abwhe and how did you learn about the organization?
Yeah, so I learned more about the organization from a professor or who I did the internship with at Michigan State. Her name is Dr. Chastity. And she basically introduced me to the scholarship, and there I was able to do my own research and find more about what Abwhe is about. And just reading your guys' website and knowing Dr. Chastity, that just really like spoke out to me and really spoke to me.
Absolutely. So, in other words, just having a village and having that support from someone that looks like you doing amazing things definitely piqued your interest in Abwhe to apply for the scholarship. That's my understanding, correct?
Yes.
Good stuff. And I can definitely agree that Abwhe is a phenomenal, phenomenal organization to be a part of. So now our motto here at Abwhe is lift as we climb. How will you embody this motto?
I feel like I currently do, and I will embody this model just by connecting with students, but bringing resources to them, but also bringing resources to my family as well. Like I said, I'm a first generation student, so I feel like me breaking the mold and going and completing my undergraduate degree and furthering with graduate degree will help generations of my family to come, just inspire them to you can and are able to go out and complete your degree and achieve your dreams, but also coming back to inspiring kids on campus. I feel like I lived as a client through my current exec board that I hold with MUCA, which is Multicultural Undergraduate Kinesiology Association at Michigan State. We are able to connect students with different resources that they might not have gotten if they weren't at our meetings or they weren't on our email list. So just whatever information I receive that elevates me, I always want to elevate those around me and give back.
Good stuff. And I love your confidence in what you say to that. Listen, lady, do that. Okay. Earlier, we already touched on your passion. You stated that you had a passion for sports and the family unit. Tell us about what sports that you are so passionate about.
Um, any sport really. I feel like every year I can learn like a new sport, or just this past year with watching the Olympics, I watched too much and learned so much from different sports. But mainly I would say like basketball, volleyball, and I'm starting to get more into football, but I started with playing basketball in fifth grade, didn't know anything about it, picked it up and just learned to love it. But it's just that family feel, that close knit feeling that you get or that can be created within a sports team and how that just impacts you.
I love that. And you've already stated to us how you impact the community already. Do you have any additional plans on how you will continue to impact the community while using your education and your voice?
Yes, I have loose plans, but I always want to bring it back to where I'm from. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. So just going to Michigan State and coming back to my neighborhood and giving it the resources I know that it doesn't have, and just always just pouring back into the city who made me and built me to the woman I am today.
I love that. So before we go, Sine, one, let me just say again, thank you for sharing your greatness and your boatload of awesomeness with us here at Hindsight, and also for applying and accepting the scholarship that Abwhe so graciously gave. And I know that you're putting that funding to amazing use. So is there any advice you would like to impart on any student who could possibly be listening at this moment and may be interested in kinesiology? And also, I know it's a loaded question, and also who might want to apply for the scholarship, specifically Abwhe.
Okay, so I'm gonna take the first part. The first part
Sure.
of advice I would give to someone not only in kinesiology, but of color or a woman that who wants to achieve their goals and sorry, of applying to college and getting their degree, I would say just never give up. Some days are better than others, but always just keep your faith, keep a good close knit people around you that will support you and pick you up on the days you're not feeling as good, and equally yoked balance. So I would always say just never give up, always go for your dreams and always try new things and experience life. And what was the second part of the
So
question?
absolutely, and I loved your first answer. So the second part was, what advice can you give to students who will be looking into applying for scholarships, which are very important financially, and then specifically Abwhe scholarship, what that experience was like for you and anybody that may be interested in applying for the Abwhe scholarship?
I would say apply. Always apply and reach, whether you're awarded or not. It's always a great experience. You can still connect with the people. I've applied for several scholarships. Some I have gotten, some I have, but it's about the experience. Like you could apply, you can see, okay, what could I do better? What could I not? But you always have another chance. So Abwhe Scholarship is such a great scholarship for women of color to apply to, and it's a great organization. So I would say always apply and keep trying and trying again.
Well, Sine, again, kudos to you for all the amazing things that you are doing currently. And I know that you're going to continue to do some amazing things, not just in your community, but across the globe. So we would like to give a special sisterly shout out as well to the Abwhe's National Board and all of the chapters that sit under the National Board around the country. Thank you to all that leadership. And thank you, Sine, again, for gracing us here at Hindsight Media Radio 103.5 FM with your presence.
Thank you. I'm so grateful for you guys having me.
Absolutely. Have a good night.